Hi friends, it's Danielle here from White Tail Stitch Co, where I talk about everything knitting and crochet. And today I have a very special video for you. It is the biggest crochet project I've ever done. I'm going to talk about this massive crochet eggplant that you see in the thumbnail. It is massive and it is still the biggest crochet project I've ever done. I'm curious how much you think it weighs in the comments if you want to go ahead and guess now, and I'll reveal towards the end of the video. But it took me many months to make. It took lots of yarn and a butt ton of stuffing, and it was a gift in case you're wondering, but I'll share all the details on that story behind why I made it and the process behind making it right after I start the video. So go ahead and stick around and we'll talk about this project. So the story behind this eggplant. Firstly, I want to say the video reels, the clips that I'm going to show for this, it was all before I started doing YouTube. So I was currently doing Instagram. So I've made Instagram reels and I took photos of the project, but unfortunately 2 years ago I did not take any horizontal style videos. So you're going to be seeing just those reels and those screenshots as I'm talking about the project to the side of me on either side. So that's why there's no nice footage of it. I no longer have it either. It was a gift. So all I have are memories and photos right now. So that is why you'll see those pictures on this video. And I guess we can go ahead and start with this story. So I had started by making a much more reasonable eggplant amigurumi. And the pattern was by Ollie Holly Crochet. I'm just looking to the side for my notes to make sure I get it right. I think when I went to her Instagram more recently, I didn't see the eggplant design there anymore. So I think it was a free pattern at the time. What I normally do is I write the patterns down as I see them, if I can remember, in a notebook. And so that way I always have them. So I do have the eggplant pattern here still. Let me see. So when I made that eggplant, which I'll just scoot to the side and put a picture for you. I used Brene Velvet yarn and I used a 4.5mm hook, and it ended up being approximately 11 inches long. So much more reasonable eggplant size, a little bit more real life size actually too. And it was purple and green like a normal eggplant, as you can see. So I showed my husband the eggplant because I show him all of my projects usually, and he acts all excited and he's very supportive like that. But he is such a sweet jokester, so he thought it'd be hilarious to make a gigantic, massive eggplant to gift to one of their friends. And I thought it'd be funny too, but when he was gesturing about the size of this eggplant, I think there was some kind of miscommunication, because later on he said it was much bigger than he thought it would end up being. So I think I took his idea and I went really big with the project. But you know, it was a fun time, so it turned out okay. But yeah, so he actually had contracted this project, and he paid for my yarn and he funded it with some bubble tea. So I was well hydrated and energized during the project. It did take many months, so there were many rounds of bubble tea. And I think he also bought me The Office TV show because I was watching a lot of that as well. Something to keep me busy while I was watching too. So I was well compensated for the project, although I didn't take much convincing to start this project either. So I decided to use the same materials as I did for the smaller eggplant. So I still used the 4.5mm hook, which was a decision. And I used the same Brene Velvet yarn. So it is the Brene Velvet in let me see, Gray Orchid and Pine was the green color, and the Gray Orchid was the purple. And what I did was I just took the pattern, the eggplant pattern by Ollie Holly Crochet, and I just 4x'd it. So I did all the conversions in my little notepad here. So you'll see it was a lot of lines, and it's many pages. It continues on and on. And I think that's close to being it, but yeah, so I basically just 4x'd the pattern roughly in all dimensions, or basically that was my attempt. And it took me many months. So I do have some progress photos and some progress reels, so I'll just go ahead and play those right now. Only
been a few hours, but it feels like days. Only been days, but it feels like months.
Giant eggplant progress update. Are you ready for this? It has grown to the size of a small child. Not much more to go.
So obviously the base of the eggplant is much bigger than my head, and it quickly became bigger than what I said a small child, I think. It is quite large in height and in girth. It is a big eggplant, and I think it took around 6 to 7 or so skeins of yarn, to be honest. I was keeping track at the start, so I knew it took at least 25 hours. But honestly, as I went on, I just stopped keeping track, and like I said, I don't have the project anymore. I only have the details that I wrote down. So I know that it ended up being taller than a 30-pound trash bag, kitchen cap trash bag, because as I was working it, I got nervous as I was rotating the project. I was putting it on the ground because it hurt my wrists to hold it. And then as I was putting it on the ground, rotating it to work, or rotating in my lap, I got nervous that the bottom would wear out, so I actually put it in a large 30-pound kitchen trash bag so I could rotate it and not worry about it, the friction causing the yarn to wear or cause the velvet yarn to fluff off, basically. So it turned out quite large. And for comparison, in the images I'm going to show also, I am roughly 5'8", and I mean that's a normal size couch as well, so actually I can go measure the couch cushions. Maybe I'll put that in the description or in the pop-up here to show for comparison how tall the eggplant might be. But yeah, so it took a very, very long time is the point. And yeah, great project. I'll put the reel of me weighing it now if you want to get your last guess in. Yeah, so over 20 pounds, and it was just a wild time. So I just wanted to quickly do a nice quick video and share, just commemorate the biggest eggplant, the biggest amigurumi project I've done. Question, will there be another one, another big amigurumi project? Who can say? I can say I am focusing more on other projects right now. So I'm focusing on pattern designs. I'm trying to keep a good balance of knitting and crochet right now. So the idea of spending many months on another massive amigurumi project, it doesn't totally turn me off, but it is a huge time dedication. And I honestly don't know what I would do with another big one. So it would have to be a gift or some kind of project that would go elsewhere, because I can't see keeping another big project in the house with me. So yeah, maybe at some point. I don't want to rule it out, but yeah, for now, this is my biggest amigurumi project to date. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I have more biggest project videos coming, actually. Fun fact, I have a biggest knitting project and a biggest cross-stitch project that I want to also talk about briefly. Both of those were also gifts. I guess I tend to do large gift projects that take many months. So pat on the back for me being overly ambitious with my gifts, I guess. And but yeah, please stick around if you want to see those videos. And like I said, I talk about everything knitting and crochet, so vlogs, patterns, things like that as well. I'd love it if you stick around, and have a wonderful day.